Hey there, fifth graders. Welcome to another week of math. It is time to get going. Last week, we were adding and subtracting fractions using various strategies. This week, we're going to be multiplying fractions times a whole number. So let's get going. Let's get into our learning target. Repeat after me. I can solve practical problems with multiplication of fractions using fraction tiles and the problem solving mat.
Paxton ate 1/3 cup of strawberries each day for 6 days. How many cups of strawberries did he eat in all? Time for the problem solving mat. First, I'm going to write the question. How many cups of strawberries did he eat in all? Now I'm ready to restate. He ate blank cups in all. What do I know? I know that he ate 1/3 cup of strawberries each day, and I know that he did that for 6 days. Now I'm ready to illustrate. I have the number of cups times the number of days. So that's 1/3 times 6. Time to solve. I have 1/3 plus 1/3. Because I'm multiplying by 6, I have to use 1/3 repeatedly 6 times. But I know that 3/3 is the same thing as 1. So I can switch out my 3/3 for 1 whole. Now I'm going to add another 1/3 and another 1/3 and another 1/3. I can see that that is equal to 6/3, and I have 2 wholes altogether, so my answer is 2. Leah ran 3/4 mile each day for 8 days. How many miles did Leah run in all?
Here's my problem solving mat. Let's start by writing the question. The question is, how many miles did Leah run in all? Now to restate my question, I'm going to write Leah ran blank. What do I know? I know that each day she ran 3/4 miles, and she did that for 8 days. Now I'm going to draw an illustration. I have the number of miles times the number of days, which is 8. And I'm trying to figure out what that is in all. Okay, let's start solving this problem. Now I know that she ran 3/4 of a mile each day for 8 days. So I need to show 3/4 8 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Now, I could add all these up, and when I add up all of my fourths, I see that I have 24 fourths. Now, I know that if I have 4/4, that's going to give me 1 whole. Now, I know that 4/4 is going to equal a whole. So I'm going to go and see how many times I can make 4/4 or 1 whole. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to give me 1 whole. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to give me another 1 whole. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another 1 whole. Here's a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another 1 whole. Here's a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another 1 whole. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There is another 1 whole. So I see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes. So she ran 6 miles in those 8 days.
Mrs. Johnson baked 1 dozen cookies. 2/3 of the cookies were oatmeal. How many oatmeal cookies did Mrs. Johnson bake?
All right, here is my problem solving math. I'm going to start by writing the question, which I know is how many oatmeal cookies did Mrs. Johnson bake? To restate that, I'm going to write Mrs. Johnson made blank cookies. What do I know? I know that she made 1 dozen cookies, and 1 dozen is equal to 12. And that 2/3 of those cookies were oatmeal. So to draw an illustration, I'm going to use C for cookies because there were 12 cookies times O for oatmeal, and there were 2/3 oatmeal cookies. And I'm trying to figure out exactly how many oatmeal cookies there are altogether. So because I'm using 2/3, that is my fraction. And because I'm multiplying by 12, I'm going to show 2/3 12 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times. And when I add up or I count up all of those thirds, I'm going to get 24 thirds. Now, let's see. If I'm working with thirds, then I know that 3/3 is going to equal 1 whole. So let's see how many times we can make 3/3. All right, here is here is 3/3. Here's another 3/3. And another 3/3. So far, I have 4 holes. Now here's another one. And another one. And another one. And the last one. So when I count them up, I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes. Therefore, there are 8 oatmeal cookies out of the 12.
Pause the video here and go answer the practice set questions in the learning path. You can come back here and check your answers.
Let's go over our practice set answers. Mrs. Harrison used 10 ounces of dark chocolate while baking. She used 2/5 of the chocolate to make some frosting and used the rest to make brownies. How many ounces did she use to make the frosting? She used 4 ounces to make the frosting. Jack collects 12 $1 bills while selling tickets for a show. He gets to keep 1/6 of the bills for himself. How many bills did he keep? He kept $2 bills. Out of 9 cookies, 2/3 are chocolate chip. How many of the cookies are chocolate chip? 6 chocolate chip. Do you like chocolate chip cookies? I do. A farmer collected 12 eggs from her chickens. She sold 5/6 of the eggs at the farmer's market and gave the rest to friends and neighbors. How many eggs did she sell? She sold 10 eggs. Did you get all those right? I bet you did because you are super smart. Had fun today doing math with you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye.